switch over to the stream. We'll do a little bit of an update for people. Yeah, welcome to our first game of the new year. Our last game was like the week before or 2 weeks before Christmas, so it's been a while.
December 12th.
Yeah, so it has been a while. But you guys in the city of Mitros, a city besieged by storms sent by Sidon to as a show of power. You had a couple of options presented to you by the king and his counselors. None of them were very palatable or affordable. And in the end, it was decided that the five gods would give up a little bit of their power to appease him, to stop the storms. To the surprise of no one, Kyra identified herself as a goddess. Not the most shocking reveal in the world by far. Next time she'll have to choose a better name. But the storms have started to abate. You guys had a chance to explore some of the city proper. As a thank you for dealing with the storm, the king has given you a map to the last known location of the legendary ship, the Ultros, the ship of Astor Arkenland, the one-time leader of the Dragonlords in times past. A mythical ship capable of sailing the Cerulean Gulf and the Nether Sea, enabling you guys to go out to the various islands where some of you may have things to discover. As you investigated around the city, took in the sights, you discovered that one of Pythor's children is working in a brothel as a companion. The Queen of Valis has indicated to you that although she cannot act directly against the Titans, they need to be put in their place, as it were. And she suggested perhaps investigating the Temple of Lithuania, see if you can dig up any dirt, anything that might be used legally against them to offset some of their growing power in the city. The other big event happening is the Great Games. Now that the storm has passed, preparations are underway for these. It's like a 5-day athletic competition in honor of Vulcan. Your thought was to somehow get Helena to perform at these games as a way to maybe rebuild a little bit of the power for the gods that they had given up. Don't know exactly how you're going to do that yet, but it was a thought that you had. While you were making your way around the city, you haven't come face to face with it, but you're well aware that there is a very strong slave trade, specifically in Minotaurs. Technically, trading of slaves is illegal, but trading of oaths of service is not. And the information you got is that often Minotaurs are pressed into an oath of servitude, and then that oath is used to bind them into slavery. It is... the queen herself has said it is distasteful, but everything that she's tried has been blocked by the Order of Sidon and by the king. The other important thing you found was information about a Thieves Guild in the city, operated by somebody called the Lady of Coins, who seemed to be a rob from the rich, give to the poor sort, specifically targeting those who ply the Minotaur trade. Most notable for the fact that they tend to leave these very, very well-carved statues in the wake of their crimes. I think that's everything of note that you discovered last time. So as we pick up, the storm has abated. The sun is shining. The people are coming out of their houses and kind of continuing on with business as usual. So what would folks like to do?
How many days until the games were supposed to start, Chris?
They had started making preparations for them before the storm hit, so it's going to take them like a day or two to kind of get everything set, and then they'll be up and running.
So that rules that out, at least short term.
I want to talk to Kira and Kyra and see if she'll write something with Helena. I figure if I have, the god of bards helping me out, it's going to be a pretty good song.
Okay. Yeah, why don't we first let's work on stuff separately, and then we'll see what we can do to combine them.
All right.
Just that way we're not, we may come up with better ideas on our own, and we're not just reinforcing each other's ideas.
Okay.
But you do notice when you talk with Kyra that she looks paler than she did before. Whatever essence they gave up to stop the storm has definitely taken a physical toll on her.
And in relation to Lutheria's group, did they mention specifically where in the city they would be located?
Yes, the Temple of Lithuania. Give me a second, I'll ping it on the map once I find it. So many map pins. There we go.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't see. Yep, number 20. You're muted.
And that's the Temple of Lithuania.
Yes, that's the Temple of Lithuania. The temple is side on is the big main temple, kind of in the center square.
Okay. Well, where to?
I did most of my exploring yesterday.
I went to the docks.
Yeah, you met your fisher friend.
I wonder if we could get that lady of coins to help us fuck up that Minotaur market.
Persuade.
I'd be in favor of that.
Mm.
But the problem with the Thieves Guild is finding the Thieves Guild.
I could probably find the Thieves Guild.
Chris, I'm having Conan flashbacks.
Yeah, it's a coincidence.
Braver words have never been said.
You can't have a fantasy game in a city without a Thieves Guild being involved.
Yeah, but Conan's Thieves Guilds are special.
That's true.
Well,
And I know we had spent a day exploring the part of the town that's on the plateau.
Yes.
So 13 is the gate.
So 13 is the gate that leads up into the market area. There's the Great Agora, which is a bunch of merchants, and there's a couple of shops there. You did find a shop that
That's number
sold
7.
yes, sold a few magic items, all of which were out of your price range.
9 was the courthouse.
Yep, the courthouse, the public baths where you all managed to partake in something.
11 was the house of like the richest person who seems to be benefiting the most from the illicit Minotaur trade.
see.
Yes.
Josh is putting a bunch of notes up for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
12 was a nice park. 8 was a nice tree.
8 is actually the bank.
That's a nice tree.
It is a very nice tree, but it is also the vault of Mitros.
You know, it's a big city when they have a bank.
Well, it's capital. I would hope it has a bank. Money lending and counting is the third oldest profession. You know, right behind your friends at number 18 and the Thieves Guild.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're not going to talk about number 18.
You're just upset that you
number
couldn't
18
afford it.
The one that turned you down.
Yes!
That's
I'm the
where my
goddamn hero!
half brother works.
Yes.
Yeah. First she couldn't afford anyone for a good time, and then they wouldn't let her perform. Because it's not that type of establishment.
I think 19 was also another bar, wasn't it?
Yes, 19 is the Satyr's Tail, which is more of a It's hard to say it's more disreputable than the brothel, but
Hey, brothel has rules.
that is true. So
And
it
that's what upsets Helena the most.
so it is more disreputable than the Siren's Roost.
Siren's Roost, that was the name.
All the more reason why I should have been. Yeah. Anyway.
So, Lutheria?
Yes, let's go investigate a temple.
Or we can see on the way maybe either the Satyr's Tail or, the other establishment may know a bit more about the Lady of Coins in the Thieves Guild.
Possibly.
Probably a good idea.
Minotaur starts walking towards 19.
Ministore.
Minotaur.
All right,
Centaur, rather. Sorry, wrong game.
no problem.
Sorry,
We do have a
20 was,
Ministore.
what's number 20?
Number 20 is the Temple of Lithuania.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Agri is starting to make his way towards the Satyr's Tail.
I will walk with.
So as you guys make your way through the city streets, you do see there's a few people that like nod at you as you walk by. A couple people like point you out to their children. You can overhear like apparently some of the tales of your heroism with the Mithril Mines stuff around Astoria and stuff have made it to Mitros. Not to any great extent, but there's a few people that you noticing you. Like they're not being subtle or anything about it.
definitely would put a smile on Agri's face to see all those adoring fans.
I mean,
Eventually, we'll sell our autographs.
Yeah, there you go. Make a coin.
the Heroes of the Heartland are a very distinctive group with a Minotaur and a Satyr and a Minotaur and a Siren and a Centaur and a Nymph and a human. Kind of stand out a little bit.
I feel like I'm the straight man in a punchline.
You could be.
You are.
I'm often the straight man in a punch line. A line of people punching.
Waka waka.
But you make your way to the tavern. There's a kind of like a very faded painted sign hanging outside with like a satyr kind of like showing his tail. At least that's what you're gonna assume it's meant to be. It's not done with any great artistic skill or anything of that nature. And there's a fair number of loud voices coming from inside.
Loud as in fighting, or loud as in just boisterous?
Boisterous.
Somebody must be on stage then.
No, there's no music.
Do these loud voices sound drunken and angry?
They sound drunken.
What are they yelling about?
It's not really yelling. It's just, this group is talking loud because they're drunk, and then that group is talking loud to be overheard over the first group, and then that next group is talking loud to be overheard over the second group, which is trying to be, how that it kind of progressively
It's
just
like being at a game.
Yeah. just that wave of sound as everybody is trying to make themselves heard to their companions at their tables.
Yeah. Josh just had to step out for a minute. Our little one, our eldest, is up.
No worries.
Dun dun dun. Up to no good, I suspect.
Oh, probably.
But standing outside this tavern, it definitely looks like the sort of place, if you were to look for a Thieves Guild, this would be the sort of place you would want to look for information. It is very obvious about its shadiness.
Okay. Well, I will go in. Order a drink, I guess.
So when you open up the door and enter in, the smell of sweat, spilled ale, fish, and stale tobacco just hits you like a hammer.
Nice.
And it's the sort of place, like when you open the door and the light comes in, you see people like move their chairs out of the light.
Yeah.
Recoil physically.
Yes.
Yeah, I just go in and sit at the bar and order booze.
So the guy tending the bar is a swarthy looking human gentleman. Only has one arm, but basically kind of like uses his rather prodigious belly to like hold the tankard in place under the tap as he pulls the lever with his arm.
Cool. Now, if he were a thief, we could call him a one-armed bandit.
Mm.
He probably pays out as often.
And he doesn't even take an order. He just like pours you a tankard of ale.
It's fine. I take a swig. I assume it's probably not good shit.
It depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something that will get you drunk, this will do the trick. It is almost palatable.
Yeah, not bad.
Basically, it's Colt 45.
Yeah. So yes, it is strong. It is cold. It's fizzy.
It's good stuff.
And you do notice a fair number of kind of swarthy-looking, unwashed folks in this bar, all kind of like momentarily looking over at this like little like 4-foot tall siren before kind of going back to their business. But there's that momentary thing where like everybody's head swivels to look at the newcomer, and then
I just down the beer at that.
when you do, they all kind of like just kind of like nod and then go back to what they were doing.
Well, Deacon's going to go in and join her.
At the sight of somebody wearing armor and a shield and sort of everybody, you know, you see a couple putting things like away. You know, maybe they were in the middle of like an illicit arms deal or something. They think maybe it might be a guard or something. There's a lot of like shifting around of things that they don't want Deacon to see.
Hey, Deacon, look, they think you're still with the official armies.
Yeah.
I like pat my seat for Deacon to sit down and like put my arm around him to kind of like show that he's not a guard and he's like with me.
I get that.
Again, the bartender just like pours you an ale, slides it down to you.
I slide a drachma to him.
Just kind of very quickly like sweeps it off into his apron.
Yep.
I look around trying to give the impression that I am looking for trouble. I'm not sure if you want me to roll for that or
Just show a little leg, a little feather.
yeah, something like that. Ruffles her wings a little bit, leans over a little bit, you know, just giving the impression that she's looking for trouble of some kind.
As you do, a satyr comes over to you. Like, you might want to be a little bit careful there.
Oh, I wouldn't be too worried. Now, why would I need to be careful? And she starts twirling her hair, playing coy.
It's because he thinks you squawk a good game.
He kind of like nods over and he's like, well, that guy over there would probably just kill you. The rest of them, they'd probably have some fun before they killed you. This is not. And he looks around and you realize that you're like, unless Sofia has come in, you're the only woman in this entire establishment.
No, Sofia is not present.
Okay.
I look back at the Saturn and go, well, that's why I'm here.
Fair enough. Just, you know, friendly warning. I really like there to not be any violence inside my establishment. So, you know, if anybody causes you trouble, if you could take them outside, that would be excellent.
Oh, you're the owner.
No, I'm the one that stops the trouble. Julius, there's the owner, and he points to the one-armed guy who just kind of grunts.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, my name's Frickson. I make sure that the rowdiness stays friendly.
I understand.
So, as long as you're not looking to cause trouble, then have fun.
No, but I am looking for something. You might be able to help me out.
Well, lots of people come in here looking for things.
I'm specifically looking to get in touch with. I heard there's a Thieves Guild in town that
Oh
might
my
possibly.
god.
"Oh, you're looking for information on the Lady of Coins," and his
Yeah.
voice definitely rises kind of above the din.
Yeah, could you tell me anything about that? Or point me in the right direction?
Well, I mean, looking for the Lady of Coins is the sort of thing that usually costs people some coin. And
It's in the name.
I'll get those of you that are inside the tavern to give me a perception check.
Okay.
Apologize, I just had to step away for a moment.
Yeah, no worries.
Rathius, you got my back.
I can perceive how badly this is going.
Yes, it is. But that's okay.
And where is Sofia during this?
Sophia probably went along with them, but she doesn't feel any need to go into the bar.
Okay, so you're just kind of standing outside?
Yeah, she would be outside. Probably just look here.
Close enough to come once the screaming starts.
Is there a? It looks like there are market stalls around the outside.
Yeah, there's like a few little things here and there. So like, basically everybody is trying to make a buck off the games.
Yeah. She's probably just wandering, browsing, not really looking for anything, but just kind of waiting.
All right. So as you guys are, making when he starts to raise his voice, everybody kind of starts to pay a little bit more attention now because providing information might mean there's coin involved and everybody's interested in that. But Deacon, you see two gentlemen kind of surreptitiously kind of make their way to the door, trying very, very hard not to be seen.
Way to go, Deacon.
Sorry, Arathius. Sorry.
I was about to say, what the hell? I'm oblivious.
It was in the reflection on your breastplate as you contemplated your navel.
There you go.
God.
Arathius, sorry. You notice these two individuals sneaking out, and Sofia, you see two individuals come out of the tavern, kind of like, they're coming out kind of quietly, closing the door quietly behind them, looking both ways, definitely leaving suspiciously.
I will follow them out at the same pace as they left, so that they have time to get a few steps away.
They
And
look
this is
as
what I do.
suspicious as possible.
I cause a
Gotcha.
scene so you guys get to, catch the idiots.
I agree, inside or outside?
It's up to you.
Cool. I'm outside.
All right. So yeah, you would notice these two individuals as well. Arathius, are you trying to be stealthy or are you just making your way out?
Oh, I'm being stealthy to the average person.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll.
Like I said, to the average person.
Yeah. Yeah, basically everybody right now is kind of focused on Deacon and Helena, so
Yeah.
you can kind of make your way
That's
out.
all I'm hoping for.
If I notice Arathius even doing anything to move away, I start making more of a
Yeah, it's pretty obvious with that
commotion
roll.
of myself.
Deacon might not have noticed me, but you would have.
Like I flutter my wings and I start flirting with the bouncer and I just make a scene of myself.
All right.
I'm just too busy figuring out how I'm going to quietly draw my spear.
That's what Helena's for. You're there as the arm
Mhm.
candy after all.
I'm so good at it.
Sophia's going to kind of lean closer to Agri and say, could they be more obvious?
Yep, let's follow them.
I'd rather stay in case Deacon needs a hand. Do we spot? I can't remember his name. Do we spot Rathius? Thank you.
Yes.
It's been a while.
I'm so stealthy that I've been forgotten.
Chris.
Yep.
That is my performance check to trip into a patron and get them to spill their drink on me. And
Okay.
Whole hog.
Yeah.
Oh man, all this hot and sultry bar action, and I'm leaving to follow the Thieves Guild.
And I'm just like, now I'm starting to get mad because they've spilled their drink on me, and I'm just absolutely making a scene.
Bosom just a flutter.
Yeah.
So outside, the three of you now, you can see these folks. They are moderately stealthy, making their way through the crowd. They are definitely heading south. Staying like close to the river, close to the waterfront. You can tell they're very used to using the crowds to kind of block pursuit. So, but any of you who wish to follow them can certainly do so.
Oh yeah, I was gonna very quickly switch to the nondescript thieves highway of going rooftop to rooftop.
Okay.
Agri will also follow suit.
You think the two of you will be fine?
We can come with if you want. Agri starts to get out.
I'd rather give Deacon and Helena a little brute force to rely on.
Okay.
No, well, we should be okay.
Agri goes into his spell components and does pass without a trace and starts to catch up.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, the two of you, both of you have a high enough passive perception that you don't need to worry about making rolls. The houses are close enough together, Arathius, that you can pretty easily go rooftop to rooftop.
Yeah, I took a look at the map and it did look that way, so I'm glad to be true.
Yeah. And yeah, people move out of the way of a moving centaur.
Even though he's supposed to be super stealthy, but yeah.
Like a bugbear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a bugbear.
Yeah. So it's barbarian stealth. You didn't see me.
That's really how bugbears are secret assassins. Everyone else goes, "That's a bugbear." And goes, "I didn't see nothing."
So clearly, Agri's John Cena then.
Yep.
Can't see me.
I've seen all these pictures that supposedly have John Cena in them, but I've never seen the man.
I've heard that he's in Peacemaker, but I didn't see him there either. All right, so inside the tavern, there is a bit of a commotion, but very quickly, like nobody actually gives a rat's ass if they spilt their drink on somebody. It's more a matter of them demanding that you pay for their drink as opposed to them being even remotely apologetic about it.
Oh, I didn't expect him to be apologetic about it. I'm like getting in his face because he just spilled a drink on my leather corset.
So the guy that the guy that you are antagonizing.
Yes.
Yeah, he actually goes to take a swing at you, and you can see the satyr kind of steps up and just kind of like taps the pipes on his belt. And kind of like waves his finger, says, "Not in here."
I'm leaving. And I toss the guy a drachma and I walk away.
I follow.
Just before you guys are about to leave, Julius kind of grabs Deacon's attention.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, Lady Coins is not somebody I'd want to trifle with. But her, she's bad for business for independent operators.
I can see that.
But I hear tell that the Terran, Lord Nerdragon, has got a pretty sizable bounty on her head.
Interesting.
So I mean,
Where would I find that person?
his estates are up in the merchant quarters.
All right. Thank you.
Well, I mean, if you're looking around for her, I assume that means that you want to do something. And if you're lucky enough to find her, we would certainly appreciate it if she'd stop. You know, she might have the guild, but the guards don't differentiate, if you know what I mean.
Very true. I'm sure we can come to some arrangement, and I give him a drachma.
Thank you. And then very loudly, he's like, "Yeah, get out of here."
All right, all right, all right. We're leaving. I don't have Helena's acting skills.
One more thing.
We just watch a bunch of epic NPC men, and there's the one with the bad voice acting in NPCs.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
It's amazing.
All right. So Sofia, you see Helena come out, followed shortly thereafter by Deacon. Arathius and Agri have headed down south.
I'll walk up to them. That
Okay.
sounded loud.
Yeah, it was just a lot of really bad acting. It's okay.
You'd think for one thing that's so small that it would actually be quiet.
No, I'm not.
Sophia looks at Helena and then looks at Deacon like, have you met her?
Caused a
Arathius.
ruckus so Arathius could follow the guys that were leaving.
Agri went
Well,
along as well.
Okay.
At least she didn't eat and drink the bar dry.
True.
I was only in there 2 minutes.
That's
The
not
I think I
bad.
caused enough problems for the poor bartender. Also, I gotta get my corset cleaned now. It smells
Anyways,
like booze.
I share my information with both of them. Yeah, it turns out the Lady of Coin has a rather sizable bounty on her head.
Yeah, from the guys trading in Minotaur slaves.
There is.
Not surprising. What were you making a fuss about when those two men left?
I asked the bartender about the Lady of Coins. Figured if I said it loud enough, somebody would get nervous. Apparently I was right.
Clearly.
I wonder if they're going to warn her or going to speak to the one who was a bounty on her.
Guess we'll find out.
But they are headed away from the Merchants Guild. Or the rich land.
Unless they have some other way of gaining entrance.
Fair.
Do you want me to try and follow from the air?
I think Arathius went up onto the roofs. He was looking up when he left, so
Okay.
that seems to be his preference.
All right. Well, let's just start
Agri
moving.
not so much.
Well, let's just
Oh
start
man, I could
moving
totally
on
get the
purpose.
centaur up on the rooftops. That'd be amazing.
Give me a couple more levels. I'll fly with you, buddy.
So we'll cut to our two pursuers. So yes, you guys follow them. They head south from the tavern, and then they head across the little bridge. Continue heading south through largely homes and private residences and things of that nature. Continuing heading all the way south, down past the docks.
Holy.
Around the bay, And I will get both of you to give me a perception check.
Woot.
So both of you. So Arathius, you come to a point where you kind of need to stop. You've essentially run out of roofs. Right about there, but you can see they go across that little causeway to where there is this enormous bronze statue of Pythor. Like the Colossus of Rhodes sort of thing. And both of you see them walk over to the left foot of that. They kind of look around to make sure like nobody is watching. Both of you can give me stealth checks with plus 10 from the Pass Without Trace.
See? Totally paid off.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We are all rolling well so far.
It's a good game.
Yep.
So they do kind of look around, and then they seem to press on a section of the left foot of the Colossus, and a door slides open, and then they enter, and it closes behind them.
Da da da.
Well, you want to go back and get the others, or open the door and find out what's going on?
Yeah, we probably can go get the others. At this point, I will stop concentrating on the spell, Chris.
Okay. So yeah, you guys can make your way back easily. It only took you like maybe 10 minutes to get down here, so. So for those of you that are outside the tavern, unless there's anything else you wish to do, in about 20 minutes or so, Arathius and Agri will catch up to you.
Do we want to just slowly start making our way south?
I assume that's what we did.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys will catch up to one another sooner then.
Yeah. I imagine it's pretty easy to pick a big white minotaur out of the crowd.
Yes. Yes, between a centaur on one side and a big white minotaur on the other side, you guys do tend to stand out.
A little bit. Just a tad.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure that white minotaur, that's Sofia.
It's only because my wings aren't spread.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. Just kind of wave.
We'll make our way toward them. So what did you two find?
A big foot.
What?
They have the most interesting entrance to their secret base.
All right.
No one in the city is going to be totally upset to find out about where it is.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, we both kind of turn and towards the Colossus. Sure. Yeah, a Bigfoot.
Yep.
Yeah, how tall is that,
Thanks.
Chris? Are we able to see like the top of this big bronze head from where we are?
Now that you know what you're looking for, I mean, you caught glimpses of metal here and there, but now that you specifically know what you're looking for, yes. I mean, it is like a kilometer or so away from you guys, but it is huge. It's like the Colossus of Rhodes. It's like,
Oh, that's... It's facing away from us, though.
It's actually overlooking the harbor, and anybody trained in history can give me a history check.
I'm technically trained in everything. But not that.
I'm theoretically trained in it. Oh, hey, a decent roll.
So Deacon and Sofia, you realize that you've heard of this. You've never really paid much attention, probably never seen it unless you've specifically gone to Mitras in the past. But in times past, during the war with the Titans, there were two colossi of Pythor that basically guarded the entrance of the harbor to Mitros, one on each side of the harbor. And it is said that during times of need, the statue will come to life to defend the city.
Well,
Where's the other statue?
It's supposed to be across the harbor, but all that's there now are like one of the feet and like a foot and a leg. Like the other one has been destroyed.
Ugh.
Remnants of yesteryear.
well, that's odd. Hope the city doesn't need him anytime soon.
Well, that's probably why it was destroyed. Because the
Oh, it'd be-
city's going to need him soon.
Be really
Liberty Prime,
inconvenient
activate.
to have the it's really inconvenient to have the entrance to your secret hideout just get up and walk away.
Yep.
They might be inside it, though. So the secret hideout might get up and walk away.
That, I suppose.
Both convenient
Do I-
and awkward.
With a 24, do I know how long ago this was supposed to have happened last?
During the war with the Titans, so 500 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, they're probably safe enough.
Actually, with a 24, you would know that that other statue was destroyed during that war.
Okay. So strange.
So we're gonna go. We're gonna go give the statue athlete's foot.
You're going to put a fungus on it?
I am a druid.
Or at least
True.
find the right way to scratch it.
There you go.
So, did they give the two of you any indication of whose side they're on? Are they on the side of the bounty hunter or the woman who's trying to stop a slave trade?
I'd lay odds that they were with the Lady of Coins.
Yeah, they're going into the secret hideout. I'm gonna assume
I don't know.
they're not going into Buddy's.
I wouldn't rule out the other, but
They might have a group of assassins here somewhere. Usually, in a city
please.
this size,
if they were a group of
surprised if they didn't.
assassins, I don't think I would have seen them slipping out.
You'd hope not. But no one says that they're good. Maybe that's what they do with assassins who are still in training. You deliver messages.
Oh my god.
Everyone has to start somewhere.
Yeah, but did they really?
Generally speaking, yes. Oddly enough, I was not born fully formed as a cleric. That's something that happened over
I've heard
time.
I've heard legends of the gods that would say that could have been the case. Formed fully from clay in a breath of life.
Not in this particular case.
Chris, when we were close to the statue, was there like guards blocking it or anything like that, or is it literally like a historical monument people can go near?
Both of you rolled really well on perception. It didn't look like there were any. You didn't see any guards or anything outside. You also didn't see any people around it. But you both did notice that the right foot, there are two smaller statues of Pythor, like probably about 6 feet tall, kind of standing at the base of the right foot, made out of solid marble.
Papa, can you see me?
So, do we want to go? Want to go knock on the door?
And how tall is the bronze statue?
It's probably a good, probably a good 60 feet tall or so.
Squishable.
Do you want to go see if it has windows?
Windows. Let's see if it has a Thieves Guild.
Agri starts making his way towards 14.
I just want to scare the shit out of the Thieves Guild.
Why? If they're trying to stop a slave trade, I don't really feel like I should interfere with that.
No, I don't want to attack them. I just want to go knock on their windows at 60 feet tall and scare them.
Listen,
is this
show
your
up,
secret
show up
base?
60 feet tall, and that'll be enough.
Well, yes. I would think.
I mean, I would like to help them stop the slave trade if we can. That would be great.
That sounds like a lovely thing, given who they're trading.
Deacon just stands there with face firmly in palm.
What?
This is
Why do
why
you have that look on your face? Why do
because
you
I
have
want to
your
knock
face?
on a window 60 feet up.
Yes, I'm sure aggravating a thieves guild in Mitros was part of the prophecy.
This is why I am an excellent distraction, because I do stupid things drunkenly all the time. And nobody
thought you
expects
said-
it from a 4-foot siren.
I thought you said the two of you didn't do any drinking in there.
I didn't. I just had beer spilled on me. Sorry, I did chug one beer. Technically, I chugged one beer.
That's more like it.
And then I got another guy to spill one on my corset to cause a fight. But, you know.
As one does.
How do you ask for something like that? Excuse me, sir.
You
Would you
don't. I
mind
just
seem to
fell
be
in his
using your
lap.
beer.
It was
Would you mind
great.
spilling it on me?
I didn't. I just fell in his lap and made it look like it was his fault.
Pray tell, good sir, would you mind divinely daubing me in thine swill?
You don't ask. You just make it happen.
How do you
No,
fall
it is
in someone's
not.
lap?
In the story going forward, you asked.
How do you fall in someone's lap and make it look like their fault?
Well, you do a little bit of a spin, like you've twisted your ankle, and then
And you
get
say,
close
catch me,
enough so
daddy.
get close enough. I mean, that works too, but if you get close enough, it looks like they tripped you. And then when you fall, most of the time, if you land hard enough right in their lap, whatever in their hand will just fall out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Let's just say it
I'll
was
keep
difficult.
that in mind if
Let's
I
just-
ever.
It's one of the
Right.
first things you learn in acting class.
How to spill someone's drink on yourself?
Yeah.
Let's just say it was very difficult to play the part of the stoic bodyguard.
See, one of the first things I learned was how to mend things. Like, that's.
For when someone slips and twists their ankle falling into your lap.
Or, well, yeah, I suppose so.
This is how your profession and my profession differ.
Just a bit. Just slightly.
This is why I'm the distraction.
So I assume you guys are walking and talking.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Walking and laughing.
We've been talking about falling in people's laps.
We're not being stealthy at all.
No, not even a little.
Not even a little. A minotaur laughing in the street? Yeah, might be a little loud.
So you do make your way down around the southern bend of Mitros, around the harbor.
Such a lovely day for a walk around the harbor.
Catching up with Agri, and you can
That smell.
see across this little causeway the very large statue of Pythor.
That is Odd. So odd.
I feel like your dad has ego problems.
You think?
Just add it to the list.
Although I suspect he didn't build this himself.
Let's hope not.
No, he definitely didn't build it himself, but that doesn't mean he didn't have it commissioned.
God, if he built it himself, he could have got rid of some of his daddy issues. I mean,
It's hereditary.
you know what? I said what I said.
You did, and it's valid.
He's not here to punch me in the face anyway.
Yep.
And I'm not likely to, so you're fine.
So as you stand before this colossi, and you kind of look across, and you can see across the way the ruins of the other
where
one.
the other one should have been.
And then because Sofia rolled a 24 on her history, you're starting to remember the stories you were told. Basically, during the war, a tremendous monster from the depths, a kraken, basically assaulted the city. The two colossi together drove it back, but it drugged. It took took the other colossus with it. Basically, wrapped its tentacles around and like just snapped it, and dragged the rest of it back into the depths.
Ugh,
I'm leaving, but on my terms.
more Conan flashbacks.
You're gonna have oceans. You're gonna have kraken. It's a rule.
Yep.
Oh,
Kraken
I suspect
killers.
I wonder if his name was Phil.
Yes, but before you see the statue. You do see the two smaller statues down by the right foot. Again, modeled after Pythor.
Yeah, I agree. Points towards the left and say they went in there.
All right. Well,
Yeah, they pushed something on the foot.
We can just go knock on the door.
Hi, my name's Agri. I totally want to join your Thieves Guild. Do you see my 5 companions?
Hi, this is my Minotaur friend. We'd like to stop the slave trade with you.
Ding dong. Would you like a copy of Watchtower?
This is our business application. We walked up in plain sight, as loud as could be, with not a care in the world. We
We're
wish to be
reclaiming the
thieves.
statue for the family of Pythor?
oh, father looks so short. Sophia's like standing in front of the marble statues, just looking down at them.
Other foot, we're over here, Sophie.
Over here.
Yes, yes.
When you start to approach, and you stop and you take a look at those marble statues, you notice their heads move.
Oh, oh, oh.
Spies.
Well,
Is this their doorbell?
Other foot. That's at
No,
the other
I'm
foot.
happy. I'm fine here.
And they move into a slightly more aggressive stance.
Oh. Deacon,
Yep.
these ones move.
And they're about to attack.
Most likely.
Well, they're marble. You have a hammer.
I do. Given to me by grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Made for
Might be-
father.
Maybe if
Might-
you show them the hammer, they'll back off.
Pythor's hammer, and she'll pull it out. I've learned a bit from Helena about dramatic reveals.
Yeah. Good to know we're rubbing off.
Okay.
As long as you don't leave any
Stains?
glittery wing dust on me, it's fine.
I make no promises.
Yeah, you can say the same thing about stains.
Dressed in all white. Sometimes. That's what I use mending for. It's really just for stain removal.
Yeah.
Right. So this particular map does not represent the area around you. I just didn't have like a handy fight some marble
Foot
golems.
combat map.
Shocking.
But everybody can roll some initiative.
Ooh, I have 10.12.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Why do we have decimals?
Because that's our comparison for the modifier, I imagine.
Yeah, it uses your dexterity as a decimal place for tie breaking.
That's weird.
Oh,
Oh, so that's one of the new features you were talking about.
Apparently.
It's an older feature. It's just I activated it. Speaking of new features, though, while I remember, if you right click on your icon, on your token, you should see a toolbar that's got like a sun, a light bulb, and a fire.
Yep.
So that will activate the light spell, a lantern, or torchlight.
No, I don't care any of that. I can see in the dark.
I have the light spell for the human.
pretty slame.
So you can activate it for activate the light for your produced flame or the torch, and it'll actually light the area around you.
Cool.
Cool.
And if we get into a scene where there's actual darkness, I found another mod so that those of you with dark vision, if there's no light, you will actually see the screen in black and white.
Oh, wow. Darkness. No vision.
Helena, you're up. You see these two marble statues of Pythor kind of take an aggressive stance as you guys try to move up to the other foot.
I steal where I'm at and very charmingly say, "Hi, we just want to talk. If you could let us in."
This is the wrong foot, Helena. I can't say it enough.
Yeah, but the statues are talking.
No, they're not.
They are not talking.
They are
They're
absolutely
moving. They're
Yes,
angrily moving.
because Sofia went to the wrong foot.
Literally started on the wrong foot.
Statues of my father everywhere. It's weird.
They must
They're
be
not.
something.
They're not the
Strange.
welcoming committee because this is not the foot that we're trying to get into.
Okay, well, I will try to move to the other foot with the Rathius then.
Agri from the other foot of I was going to say the other foot of Arathius. Yeah, that's funny. The other foot of Pythor will actually ready in action for if they take hostile. I will produce flame and fire.
Okay. The marble golem is going to slam Sofia twice. For a 26 and a 26.
Looks
As
like
foretold.
it. As foretold.
So a total of 19 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch. That's a whole lot of painful.
And I'm sure that missed.
That misses.
You said it was a total of 19?
Total of 19.
Okay.
That will take us to Sofia. Deacon lights up his hand and throws the fire, and it just kind of
Deacon.
Agri. Sorry, just washes.
I'm gaining all
Deacon,
these
Deacon is
powers.
everyone.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Deacon is every man.
And it just
Deacon
washes
is
washes over this stone form.
And what about that Bermuda Triangle? Deacon eats boats. Deacon eats boats.
Sofia.
That was terrible, but funny.
I'm going to pull out the hammer.
Yeah. Blame Chris. He's been making all the dad jokes online.
Yes.
Actually, blame the people that said do it.
No, blame Aiden, blame Aiden
Blame
and
our
Amelia.
sons
Yeah, they got it for me for Christmas.
who bought it for him. Brought that into my house.
It is the ultimate 501 dad joke book.
Yeah, but
Over
other
a
people
year.
enabled him after he got it.
Oh yeah.
Over a year of this.
It's great. It's better than Wordle.
I'm
Squirtle.
I haven't done that yet today. I'm going to pull out the hammer. Say, I don't appreciate you attacking me with my father's face. and swing at the one who's next to me.
Okay.
Wow. Father'd be so ashamed.
This is very
Well, what do you
nice.
expect? You attacked them with Hamilton.
That will take us to Deacon.
Alrighty. I'll move in next to Sophia and attack the one she swung at.
Okay. So 5th level now means you get 2 attacks when you take the attack action.
Yes, wonderful.
Nice.
Same as always. Board and spear.
Yep. An 11 is a miss.
Oh well, we'll just do it again.
Yep.
Can I have the other side?
Sadly,
would-
no, you're not in a flanking position.
Fuck.
But you do notice, you especially since you're a trained warrior, that these things they seem to be made of pure marble, and there's no joints or anything. It's just smooth marble all the way through.
Let me guess, no grinding noises like they're moving?
No grinding noises or anything. You're really silent except for the thudding sound when they connected with Sofia. That will take us to Arathius.
Well, I guess I'll shoot the one that's not currently in melee with my Eldritch Bolt.
And just as a reminder, you get 2 now at your 5th level.
Ooh. Well, it's gonna hopefully delete both, or at least one.
Yep. The second one connects. Kind of rocks back a little bit. Yeah, it takes like a little bit of a chunk off it, so these things are definitely susceptible to damage. They're not just pure stone.
I have contributed.
It's going to start moving towards you, but since I can't quite reach you, it is going to take its aggression out on Helena.
Of course it is.
For a 21 to hit and a 25 to hit
Damn.
for 16. And then this thing basically just, as it's like kind of Jason stalking towards Arathius, Helena's in the way and it just kind of like quickly just pummels her twice.
It's like Pythor's taking us out to the woodshed.
Very much so.
Now, if it was actually Pythor, it would have already closed the distance and hit me in the face.
That's true. Yeah,
3 times even.
there's momentary flashbacks in Arathius.
Oh no, he didn't stalk that deliberately. I didn't have time to react before I was on the floor dying.
That's true. Helena.
Chris, can I tell if these are magical?
These are like 1,000% magical.
I'm just gonna dispel the magic.
You can certainly try.
If only that works. That worked on more golems.
Sure, I'm gonna try. It says I have no 3rd level spots available.
You didn't rest to recover them after we get the level up thing?
Maybe.
There we go. Should be good now.
Thank you. Here, dispel magic.
All right. So roll a d20 and add your charisma modifier.
Okay. So D20. Ooh.
Right. So you reach out and you feel the fabrics of magic that are animating these creatures. They're very obviously magical constructs. Shockingly similar to the bronze automatons that you've seen Vulcan use, but not quite. And you try to unweave the magic, and It's just way too strong.
But theoretically, it would have worked if I had rolled so shitty.
You don't know.
Theoretically, if you rolled like a 50, yeah, maybe.
I agree.
All right. Well, I've seen it smash into a couple people now, so activating rage. And then going to close the distance and attack the one right next to Helena.
I will note that if you move right there, you will flank it.
Flank it, flank it.
That will give you advantage. The dice are not in your guys' favor today.
Not whatsoever.
This one. Oh, it's not terribly smart. It will Deacon attack that last, so it will swing at Deacon. A 12 and a 14.
Nope and nope.
So it slams at you, and you're gonna get your shield up, and it does drive you back like an inch or two just from the sheer force of its blows, but not enough to actually get through to you.
Cool.
It seems like it's at least as strong as you are. That will take us to Sofia.
All right. I'm going to try to hit it again.
Just as a note, if you move around to flank it, you'll get advantage.
Okay. Sure. I didn't know it was opposite side of. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take another swing at him, and
Just
hopefully
pretend
not
you're a thief.
pretend what.
Just pretend you're a thief and you're backstabbing.
I'll just pretend it's actually my father and get angry. I'll
enough.
mentally drop on the picture of him drinking again. So of course I rolled an 11 twice.
Yes.
It's because the mithril is way too pale to be that sloshed.
Clearly, you must be harboring some inner love for your dad.
Yeah, just stay your hand ever so slightly.
Just ever so slightly.
That will take us to Deacon.
Now, since we've got this thing, do we both get advantage or not?
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. All right, spear number 1.
Basically, you get flanking if you are directly opposite an ally, sort of thing.
Nice. As you kind of poking them back and forth.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Those are both hits.
Anything the piercer thing can help out with here?
Piercer does allow you to re-roll the damage once.
Yeah. No, I think I'll just keep it like that. Those are not bad numbers.
Oh, sorry about that. Deacon select that. So. What's that? I have no idea what I wrote there. Apply the damage to the proper creature. There we go. All right, Rathius, you're up.
Hello, friendo. Unfortunately, both of them are are attacked at disadvantage now. But oh well.
No, they're not. It's only if you're in melee with something.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go for the same one again before I scamper.
Yeah. Oh, those are both solid hits. So yeah, you can see now you're like blasting pieces off of this thing, and it's starting to show signs of wear and tear.
Pew pew.
Trying to at least pull it away from the others.
Yep. Both
Attack of
at,
opportunity.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. Oh.
You would have had advantage.
Oh. I mean,
But-
minimal damage, but at least you hit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because the attack of opportunity happens when it leaves your reach, so it would have still been in that space.
Would I have gotten one too?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that's what I was looking for.
So you lash it with your dagger, but it basically just chips off a small piece of marble.
Still damage.
Ow.
I think a 13 misses you.
A 13 does miss me, but the second one I will use Hellish Rebuke.
Right to the kisser.
It's a con save.
No, it's a reaction spell.
Yeah, but they get a save against the damage, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a con save.
Dexterity.
Ooh, dexterity. He is less good at that. Oof.
I like how it makes it look like it's a big number, but it's only the last die. The rest of it was kind of a little below average.
So he reaches out and like your new armor takes the brunt of that first hit for you. And then the second one kind of catches you in the midriff, and you just instinctively react, and these like tendrils of black flame lash out, and this marble now blackens around it. It is looking very, very hurt. That will take us back around to Helena.
Okay. Let's see if I can actually do something to this thing. Yeah, I feel like my spells aren't really gonna be.
No, they'll be more useful when we get into the proper side of the body.
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. My spells are mostly mental fuck yous. So I'm just gonna.
I just want to do a little healing on Sofia.
Yeah, I can do that. I will cure wounds on Sofia. Feel better.
I'd love to.
So you do have to move up to her because it's a touch spell. So the as Helena moves up, this soothing presence kind of fills you there, Sophia. You feel a little bit more rejuvenated.
I come up and sing you a little song.
For 8?
Yep.
Okay.
And that will take us to Agri.
Agri chases after the golem and says, "I'm not done with you."
That's not what it said.
Rage.
Pretty much.
I did tell you.
Agri
that's
trips
not
over
what
his
it's-
hooves on the way
No,
there.
He has advantage, so it's not a critical screw the fuck up. But he still misses.
Yep. I love the dice tonight.
Yes. So yeah, you pull yourself a little bit short, realizing that you don't want to slam this thing hard enough that it falls over onto Arathius.
Ah, that could have been funny.
Yes, so could the hellish rebuke onto him.
This one, Deacon attacked it, so it's going to attack Deacon. So the first one you managed to catch on your shield, but the second one does slam into your shoulder for 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Taking us to Sofia. This thing, it does seem to have its attention focused on Deacon currently.
Okay. She's going to glance at her hammer in disgust and mutter under her breath, and as her hand moves through the air and she points at it to cast guiding bolt.
Okay. You won't have advantage because you're disadvantaged because you're in melee
no.
with it.
I don't have advantage, no. But if it hits, then it'll take damage, and the next attack roll against it will have advantage.
Yep.
And that's really what the goal is.
So ordinarily you would be at disadvantage because you're doing a ranged attack in melee. But because it's focused on Deacon, you have advantage, so those cancel out. It's just a normal roll.
Okay. And it's just what it was. Get back your screen. It's been so long since I've done any of this.
Cast a spell. Done
Yeah.
for combat.
That's better.
So yeah, you put your hand up and you kind of launch this bolt of radiant energy, and it kind of like highlights the body. I don't know if you guys are used to it. When Sofia does the guiding bolt, it kind of pinpoints the weaknesses because of her worship of Valis. It doesn't do that. You still know where to hit it, but it doesn't pinpoint any specific weak spots or anything. These are like just one solid piece of marble that happens to move.
So you're saying we have to chip away at the stone?
Yeah. But the next attack against it does have advantage.
Well, it's not like you're going to be able to romance it.
Oh.
You never know.
For those of us that are old enough to remember that movie.
So bad.
That was a good movie.
No, the fun
It was
bad.
It was a product of its time.
It was a stealth grenade joke.
Yeah.
God.
That'll take us to Deacon.
All right, some spear action.
Your spear does not seem to be quite hard enough to pierce the marble of it.
Your spear does not appear to be quite strong enough to pierce it.
Although, how it's interesting that I rolled 14 and 14 and 15 and 15.
Yep. Yeah, sometimes sometimes it's wonky. Arathius.
Oh. Alright, I could cast at disadvantage. I could try and get away and get swung at for free and then not have disadvantage.
You can cast at normal.
Yeah, your disadvantage is canceled out by the fact
Oh,
that
that's
Agnes
true.
are.
That is true. Yeah, I'll just... Well, since we're right here, to hell's heart with thee.
The first one misses. It kind of bats your hand aside, but the second one you kind of put it right up to the chest and boom, and this force energy just knocks it back. The creature like falls to its knees before it staggers up again.
God, stay down.
I'm still standing.
And with that, it is going to definitely turn its attention to you.
What do you mean turn his attention to me? I've had his attention the whole time.
That's true. That's going to be 9 bludgeoning and then 12 bludgeoning.
Well, the bright side is that doesn't drop me, but oh man, does that hurt.
So yeah. It just basically brings like both fists down at the same time, like one on each of your shoulders, and you feel something probably kind of important snap.
I was already feeling kind of creaky.
That will bring us to Helena.
I will rush over to Arathius.
This one will take a free swing at you. Only a 9.
No, that doesn't hit. And I will cure wounds on Arathius. Feel better.
There.
I will, because that was more than the hit points I had left.
That will bring us to Agri.
Continuing his rage and frustration at the scimitar that just seems to be doing nothing against this poor thing, he swings again.
There we go. That is a solid hit.
You think you feel bad? I've been trying to kill this thing with beams all day.
And it just crumples into pieces of marble. Like solid chunks of marble. There's no interior working like parts or anything. Just solid marble through and through.
I'm going to take the rest of my move action to run over to the next one.
Okay.
Yelling as I go.
Well, let's see if it notices you running at it. Oh, it does. It'll turn
Okay.
around and clothesline you as you come running in. One hit for 7 damage. So yeah, you do manage to as you come to Agri. As Agri comes like charging across all hooves and
Yeah, I don't know why I had concentration still up after the trace is gone.
that's really weird. So yeah, Agri comes like yelling and charging across the battlefield and just kind of turns around and just kind of like backhands him a little bit. That will take us to Sofia.
Did the guiding bolt seem to damage it at all?
Yes, quite a bit actually.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad something that she does is effective. She'll take a few steps back and do it again.
Okay. Since it has its reaction back, it is going to try to attack you as you do so.
17.
So yeah, you back up and you kind of get your shield up as you back away.
Not wearing my father's face. Or, maybe.
12 is a miss.
Yeah, my dice are so mad at me for not playing them.
That will take us to Deacon.
Okay. So I have to skirt around the outside to get advantage again?
Correct.
And let's have his dance.
So
And
yeah.
spear.
So it goes to swing at you, kind of duck underneath the arm and get behind it.
Nice.
Ooh, a critical hit.
Yeah, Piercer gives me an extra dice when that happens.
Yeah, nice.
And I think we'll roll that for 5.
Okay.
So what am I rolling?
Roll 1d6.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an extra 1 damage on it. So yeah, so this thing is starting to, like, chunks of it are missing now. It's definitely showing some wear and tear. Bringing us to Arathius.
Time to reach out and poke someone else. I thank Helena for her gentle hands and her kind words.
No worries.
Well, the first one is a hit. So yeah, so as it like turns around to face Deacon, your blast catches, it kind of like blows off like its entire left arm.
Clap now, asshole.
and it kind of like it whips its head around in your direction, and you get the feeling these things aren't very bright; they're more instinctual.
Yep.
So it kind of like looks at you. There's no hatred or anger or anything in its face because its face is completely immobile, but it does. You do have its attention. Bring us around to Helena.
Is anybody else injured?
Arathius probably still is the most injured right now.
Yeah, I mean, Sofia's still hurt, but
Yeah, I'm only down 8.
Okay. I will throw another heal at Arathius then.
Get behind me in case he comes.
Yep.
Yeah. I have to move to heal you anyway, so.
So she kind of ducks behind you, and you feel this warm, soothing thing. Your shoulder kind of like pops back into place.
I sing a
Oh,
lullaby in your ear.
we could talk about going to sleep later, dear.
And that will take us to Agri.
Agri smash. Oh.
So I think you have to roll for the Schmitter about what, every 7 or 8 times before you get a hit?
At least.
You're just too calm today.
Yep.
Maybe it's cursed.
Okay. It is, however, still going to start moving towards Arathius since he's the one that blew its arm off. So Deacon and Agri would both get attacks of opportunity.
Sweet. You go first.
Maybe it's just the system realizing Josh doesn't play that many games with Chris, so it's trying to get it all out at once.
Yep.
And you
Totes.
should have advantage too.
Deacons would be at advantage. Agri's wouldn't because it doesn't leave Agri's reach until way over here.
Okay. Now I get on retaliation like that. I still get 2 strikes, right?
No, it's just 1.
Oh, that's no fun.
But 14 is a miss.
Oh well.
Agri, you get your attack of opportunity.
Already took it. Unless I only get the 1.
Oh. Oh, you did. You get the 13 hit. So. 2, 3. They can just get there.
Maintaining my track record of being hit by either your dad or things that look like your dad, Sophia.
I figured
Sorry,
he'd be down
Bert.
to. I figured he'd be down to 1 slam by now, missing an arm.
That's flavor. It doesn't actually affect his number of attacks.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
He just punched.
Yeah, he basically slams him down, and then basically like brings the knee up, almost grinding Arathius between his fist and his knee.
Or more like, forehand, backhand. That could work too.
That could work too.
It is the Australian Open this weekend.
That's Sophia's turn.
And the Canadian kids are doing well.
Well, he's playing Nadal next round.
Yeah, but he handled,
Yeah, he handled number 3, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a huge gap in the rankings.
Big time.
And Djokovic trying to be a jackass about his vaccination, does make it slightly easier not having to face him.
Oh, I smiled a big smile and had a good chuckle over the fact that they stuck to their guns and they sent him home.
Yep.
Yes, they should have. I'm going to target him again with Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
And just slowly start stalking toward him. She's getting angry, apparently. Or maybe it's just frustrated. Because I don't think a 16 hits him.
16 does hit him.
Oh, then he can take 17 radiant damage?
So as it basically, is focus on Arathias and beating him. You just walk up and the divine light just wraps around the body and just like crushes it into marble.
Erathius probably has some kind of a suntan from that.
The light, it burns us.
See, now I'm less inclined to like these people.
We don't know that these have anything to do with them.
That's true.
It's entirely possible that they were golems created to be guardians of the big statue.
And that they had them on both feet originally, but they took care of the ones on the foot that they're using.
Sounds like a plan.
We'll see.
Oh well. Now we have a wonderful view of the right foot. Shall we journey on? Or should we have
Hagrid goes over to Arathias and lays a hand and says, "Feel better, buddy."
Got any of those berries around? I'm feeling snackish.
Nope, not today, buddy. Maybe tomorrow. Sorry, didn't prep that spell today.
Does anyone else seem wounded?
I will note, you guys do have potions of healing.
We're not using potions.
Where? It's not in my inventory.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I know that you have at least 6 that you've picked up and never used.
Arathius is really bad about using his, remember? He has a history of this.
Okay, I'm sticking a potion of healing in my equipment.
Yep.
You know, like he has a tendency to go, "Oh, Sofia, you need this, take this," while bleeding near to death.
Is anybody else injured right now?
I am. I've got 8 damage.
I got a little, but I'm good enough to keep going.
Sophia will walk over to Deacon, since he's right here, and heal him. I'll just cast Cure Wounds.
I am apparently hurt.
Yeah, because you got hit by the one trying to get after me the first.
I forgot I took damage.
I can't forget I took damage.
So 5 for... No, wait. $1d8 plus spellcasting modifier. Does that automatically add the
Yeah, that's the
3
3.
from wisdom?
Yep.
Yeah, you rolled a 2.
Wow. Yeah, my dice really, really aren't happy with me.
I mean, that is most of Deacon's injury.
Holy cow.
I'll take the 5. It's all good.
Yeah.
So what is the whole appeal of this mortal experience if you're in constant pain like this all the time?
Yeah, you get used to it.
For the battle.
Okay.
I drank it away. It's fine. It'll be fine.
Well, sometimes doing the good to help others eases the pain. But, you know, hey, life is life.
Sometimes
So many
life
weird
starts
sayings.
out shitty.
Yes, we humans are weird that way.
Don't get me wrong, it's definitely an experience, but it's been quite a recurring experience.
So, we're going to go up the right foot this time? And by the right foot, I mean the left foot?
If you can give me 10 minutes, And hopefully I can finish healing everyone.
If we're gonna wait 10 minutes, I can sing a song.
You can only do that during a short rest, which is an hour.
Oh, okay.
I'll just give a prayer of healing.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Speaking of important note for Jess,
Yes.
your bardic inspiration die is now a D8 instead of a D6.
Oh, okay.
And you also get what's called font of inspiration, which means your bardic inspiration dice come back on a short rest.
Wait. I think with my epic poem, my bardic inspiration's also automatically like a 4 or something at this point.
Yeah. So that'll be 11 healing to everybody after 10
Oh.
minutes.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yay!
There we go. Fresh as a daisy.
All right, Colossus of Pythor. Let's go.
Dun 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 dun.
So you guys make your way over to the left leg, and everybody can give me, let's call it investigation.
Agri's like looking at the heel of the foot. It's like, no, it was over here, Agri. They were over here.
So it takes a little bit of looking around, but Arathius, you do remember where you saw them go in, and you remember seeing them push on a section of the bronze foot. So it's just a matter of kind of like, okay, they were standing here. They reached here. Oh wait, they were a little bit taller than I am. And this door opens, and it opens up into basically a bronze room. There is a little hole in the ceiling, little ladder going up, and there's there was a guy sitting at a desk. There's now a guy making his way over to a warning bell as the door opens.
They are living in the statue.
Listen, buddy, you don't need to do that. We're just here to talk.
Stand down and step away from the bell. Persuasion.
You can definitely try a persuasion.
I will persuade.
He kind of looks at the two of you. What are you here for?
We've got some business with the lady. Nothing official, obviously.
Does she know you're coming?
Quite likely. I believe two of her associates went up about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if she doesn't know we're coming, she's not very good at her job.
Go on up.
Thank you. Gesture after you, ladies.
I walk on up.
I'll go in.
I assume you guys can see the map?
Yep.
Perfect. So you go up into what is essentially the belly of the statue. And it's a circular room. There's a large series of coiled bronze tubes and pipes and different colored valves and like vats of fluid, yellow, red, black, and green. There's several minotaurs here and a rather violent-looking woman with an eye patch. So just kind of like looks like they're kind of watching this area, but they're like, "You go on up."
I tip my hood at them.
Continue up.
You make your way up into what you assume would be the torso, kind of situated between two staircases. There's little holes visible throughout the wall, ceilings, and floor. Round glass doors at each end of where the staircases are. There's a very strong acidic smell in the air here. It doesn't take much for you guys to figure that with the glass and everything, that this room would probably be bad to be caught in. The next level up is like the upper chest area. In the center of it, there's like a bizarre kind of like top-heavy furnace that tapers. Looks like it's like the heating element. There's like a series of pipes that kind of sprout from the top and go off into different parts of the statue. If you looked at it at the right angle, it would look almost like a heart.
I was going to say, it's around that right, in the region. Interesting.
And then the final set of stairs takes you up to a spherical room that is very clearly the head. There are two circular glass windows that look over the ocean, and heavy silk curtains lining the rest of the chamber. There's a very beautiful woman lounging on a hammock next to three like super lifelike statues, and a strange white orb kind of hanging in the center, giving off light into this area.
Chris, how lifelike are the statues?
I feel a kinship to those shadows. Or
Right?
statues.
This is what I'm thinking.
Very.
What are the statues of?
There's like a fine-looking young woman with like very dainty features and pointed ears. There's a very short gentleman. Looks almost human, but very, very short. And another one that's short but broad and stocky.
Well, at least it's not Pythor.
Had enough of staring at him.
Little
Now I'm
bit.
thinking it's a different
Little
kind of
bit.
carving, one that we're a little bit more
Yeah.
used to.
The type I'm intimately familiar with.
Yeah.
And the woman that's lounging on the hammock. I will need everybody to give me Constitution saving throws.
Of course. This is gonna suck.
Hey, I rolled a 10. That's the best con save I've probably rolled in months.
Oh, God.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Wow, Deacon, holy cow.
The heroes go up, Deacon comes down.
Well, I mean, I've got a 15 for con.
Yeah.
So as you make your way up to this room, and this woman kind of moves, and she's absolutely gorgeous, even with the snakes for hair.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And you can see that she is in the process of reaching for what looks like a mask, but because there was no warning you guys were coming up, she didn't have a chance to put it on. And next round, I'm going to need everybody that failed to make that roll again.
So everyone but Deacon?
Everybody but Deacon.
Oh, hey.
Can I like reverse that?
Nope.
Erathius totally sighs this turn. Here we go again.
Don't we have potions for this now?
I don't believe you guys ever actually got any made. You got the stuff for them, but you never got them made.
Stupid question. Can we cast spells before all this triggers?
You are restrained, so you do actually have a chance to do something.
Okay, I'm casting guidance on myself.
Guidance doesn't help with saving throws.
Oh, it's only
Bardic
ability
inspiration
checks.
does though.
Yep.
There you go.
How many can I do around? Oh, I can only do it on one person at a time though.
Yep.
Okay, I'll do it on Arathius.
Okay.
No, throw it on someone that has a better chance of passing.
Sophia.
Sophia.
Oh, damn it. Sophia already did.
I
I
passed
forgot. I
minus
forgot that we all have plus
Oh, yeah.
1 at best, other than Deacon.
Yeah.
Never mind.
You could throw
So
it.
Arathius.
Agri hasn't made his second one yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry about me.
Shame you can't give it to yourself.
Yeah, I can't give it to myself.
I don't think that a D8 is going to help my 4, though.
It's not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's alright. I'll hang on to it in case later.
You do automatically get something else from it too, though. So you get automatically a +4, and then something else that I can't remember off the top of my head, of course.
For your epic poem.
Yeah, it's from my epic poem. Where is that? It's in here somewhere.
How many ranks does your poem currently have?
My poem, it has. Where is the? Oh, just open. There we go. I found it.
It's either 5 or 6 based off of.
Yeah, I think it's epic foresight you're getting. Epic courage and epic foresight.
Yeah.
So it just turned 5 then, probably.
Yeah, it just turned 5.
Yeah. So you have advantage on effects that would frighten you and cannot be surprised.
I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if it would help or not, but it's
No,
there.
but the minimum of a 4 on a D8 roll later is gonna will probably come in handy later.
Yeah.
Anyway, as you enter and you see Arathius and Helena start to like turn kind of grayish and then turn to stone.
Arathius shrugs just before he turns to stone with a bemused look on his face.
And she kind of finishes putting this mask into place. And she reaches over and she pulls out a little chest. Like, I apologize. I did not know guests were coming. Immediately. Normally there's somebody down below that lets me know. And she pulls out like this kind of like thick, like foul smelling, gunky oil. And starts to, unless you guys stop it, she walks up to Arathius and Helena and starts like applying it, and you can see like it's their flesh is starting to depetrify.
Yeah, let her finish what she's doing.
Our apologies. We thought we made a lot of noise downstairs.
Yes, but I didn't know if you were guests, if you were intruders.
Fair.
True.
And then after like a couple of minutes, everybody is depetrified.
Oh, that's probably
Well,
the shortest I've had to deal with that.
That was interesting.
Well, it's just another night as an adventure for me, dear.
Well, I suspect if things keep up, that any being that can then turn something to stone will ultimately probably get Arathius.
Yeah, that seems to be the odds.
It is the truth.
It might be written into my fate. That's probably the saddest and most gratifying thing I can say.
Basilisk, cockatrice, now Gorgon.
No offense, lady.
None taken.
So, that Minotaur trade.
It is a problem that's plagued this city for centuries. For a while, the Queen had simply outlawed Minotaurs from residing in the city, but that did not prove to be fruitful. I understand royalty has their hands tied, but we do not.
That would explain why certain individuals put a bounty on your head.
We really don't either. That seems to be why people like us.
Oh, how much is this bounty up to?
I was told it was quite substantial, but I disliked the individual enough that I would not go asking.
So you're not here to collect on the bounty.
Oh, gods, no.
No, not at all.
Excellent. I would hate to have to add to my collection.
I nod my head towards Sophia. It's like, pretty sure that somebody here wouldn't like us to stop the freeing of the Minotaurs.
It'll be a sec there. I need to get the plug-in for her computer. So what does bring you to this relatively unannounced visitation?
We want to stop the Minotaur trade and heard you could help.
It's not the sort of thing that can be stopped.
Well, we want to do some damage to it, at least.
Significant, painful damage.
Rob from the rich, give to the poor, that type of thing.
I'd settle right now for just simply alleviating some of the slaves from their pens.
Mhm. The unfortunate thing is that they can't simply be freed. They are bound by oaths of service. They cannot go back on their oath.
How can
What
one
else?
free them from these oaths then?
Well, I have found that if you kill the ones that they owe, then their debt is absolved.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
So who's the biggest trader of minotaurs in the city?
Well, the largest trader would be the Temple of Sidon.
We love fucking with them.
Well, their patron, at least.
You may believe that you are, but the fact that you're standing here indicates you are not.
We're getting there.
He really doesn't like us.
How do they get them to bring forth the oath? Do they coerce it?
Often. Fortunately, the fates make no differentiation between a coerced oath and an honest oath.
It's true.
An oath once given must be maintained.
That's disgusting. And here I thought the military was bad.
Under
Well-
which god are the oaths made? Are they
The-
all under Sidon?
Oaths are not made to any particular god. An oath is a swearing before the fates themselves.
Yes, that's why there's such steep penalties for breaking most oaths, even minor ones.
I was just thinking, if the gods are involved, what if we had a god absolve them?
And the gods know better than to mess with the fates.
So since we can't go after Sidon, who's the second biggest in the city?
Probably the idiot who has a bounty on her head.
Turno Dragon makes a substantial profit off the slaves, but he's not hands-on.
He's disconnected from it enough.
He profits from it, but he doesn't deal in it, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Maximus runs the Minotaur market. Him and his thugs. He's connected to the Order Sidon, so if we were to be too heavily involved, they would begin looking for us more than they actually are.
No, but if we were involved, then it'd just be another issue that the Order has with us.
Not the first one.
Perhaps. Means everybody give me an insight check. I was going to say, have you actually rolled double digits at all, Josh?
Yeah, the RNG
He
tonight's
did
awesome.
he did on that second con save.
That's true.
Hey,
Okay. Sofia and Deacon. You can tell she's definitely holding back some information. She's being a little bit coy.
I sense that there is something you're not telling us.
Well, I don't know who you are. I mean, I've heard of a group matching your description as heroes of some nature.
I was about to say, did Helena's song not reach somewhere?
Apparently, I'm telling you, it's because they wouldn't let me sing in that brothel.
We'll take care of that brothel, or at least we'll visit it, see what happens.
So you're a bard, are you?
Yes, I am.
a brothel obsessed bard.
I'm obsessed with a lot of things in the brothel. Okay.
For God's sakes, just keep her away from any buffet you might have around.
Be it man, drink, or woman.
Well,
Ugh.
you know. Why would you like me to sing you a song?
Oh heavens, no! I have a patron who has a fondness for bards.
Okay.
And she gestures kind of vaguely at the statues. It's like I was about to send her some for her collection.
Ah.
Tough crowd.
She's a patron. She provides me with services, and in exchange, I provide her with entertainment.
Gotcha.
So it's simply easier to ship them this way.
I would think. They don't particularly look large, so they're probably not too heavy.
So you wish to thwart the Minotaur trade. Good for you. I applaud your endeavors. That doesn't explain what brings you here.
Well, we keep being told from around the city that you're the individual to talk to about what goes on in the city, unless we are here.
I do have some knowledge, yes.
We have lots of things that we want to fuck up.
So
Is that how we're phrasing it now?
Yes. Our bard
We have a
is
lot of things
harbinger.
we're going to be fucked up with.
Our bard is a harbinger of chaos. We've come to relish that in some way.
It's useful chaos. It's at least useful chaos.
Well, I would certainly be willing to sell you information. Would you care for something to eat or drink?
Yes.
Please.
Oh, don't say I didn't warn you.
So yeah, she basically sends downstairs, and they bring up some wine and some cheese and some water and some fruits and vegetables and things. She kind of lounges back on her hammock, and as she does, she kind of like absently like feeds the snakes little bits of food as they kind of like dart in and out of her hair.
Helena does what Helena does when there's food and alcohol in the room.
Pigs.
Piranha.
So what sort of information are you interested in purchasing?
What was it, guys? The Temple of Lithuania and the Minotaur trade, wasn't it?
Yes, I believe that is what we're looking for information on.
Sure, there's dirt to be found on Lutheria's temple.
Oh, without a doubt, but I would be careful. They are well loved within the city, for they provide all of the wine.
Indeed, they do.
Ah. Something to go with the bread and circuses.
Well, it is one of her many facets.
Oh, I'm well aware. Yeah.
So,
What do you have information on these two topics?
I most certainly do.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like in exchange for said information?
She kind of looks you over. I can use favors.
What kind of favors?
I suspect favors that are up our alleyway.
Not necessarily. The work I do here is merely a means to an end. And it
And what's
behooves
that?
me to have allies.
Looks down at my feet.
Turn of phrase, Agri.
So bad. So terrible. This is what happens when we hang around with the bard.
I'm useful, damn it.
I'm not saying you're not, but the collective appreciation of puns seems to have increased or decreased depending on how you view it.
That's not my fault. I don't even use puns.
Everyone seems to feel the need around you, though.
Maybe it's because I'm so short?
Travel with a clown, everyone behaves like a clown.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Favors.
you say.
Yes.
What sort of favors do you have in mind?
I'm sure I can find a use for glorious heroes.
Can't everyone?
Well, it seems to me heroes are the sort of people that right wrongs and do good for the people.
That's why
We
we're here.
try. However, if we are to issue you a favor or favors, we, I believe, should also have the right of refusal, simply because if something does not meet with our spectrum of worldview, then we won't do it.
Can't just give you a blank promissory note.
Well, you can, you won't. There's a difference there. I can respect that sort of decision.
Rumor has it that's how some people are ending up in the slave trade.
Well, that is unfortunate, but I do what I can to free those who we can. We can certainly endeavor to aid you in both of these. The Temple of Lithuania has long been a problem, and I have my own dislike of her and those who follow her.
And I'm sure accordingly, if the opportunity comes up, we can probably figure out a way to end your bounty on your head.
Oh, that's a little concerned.
No, fair enough. You do seem quite capable of defending yourself.
I am not without my means.
Again, I just enjoy causing chaos, so, there's that.
Well, then I'm certain that what I would like as a favor will be right up your alley.
Well,
It sounds like fun.
table the favor, and then we'll judge it and decide if we would do it.
What do you know of the Amazons?
Well, only what legend and history says.
What does Jessica know, or what does Helena know?
Helena,
Helena knows nothing.
because
I know,
there might be
yeah.
some setting differences.
Helena knows
Yeah.
nothing.
I
Or
just drink.
Sofia.
Apparently, I don't know things.
Sophia, Helena drinks
I'm
and doesn't
evidently
know
just
things.
here to look pretty.
I agree. And Deacon, though, you guys are well aware that the Amazons live on one of the islands in the Cerulean Gulf.
One of the islands we conveniently probably have to go to.
Deacon did get information that the Amazon Queen would have more information regarding his family.
Yeah.
Both of you are aware that probably a decade and a half ago, there was almost like a civil war amongst the Amazons. And the new queen, Thessalia, took the throne. Basically, in a single night, the new queen and her supporters murdered all their opposition, so on and so forth.
Oh, a coup.
Yes, very much a very bloody coup. Periodically, like when you were in the military or when you were like with the centaurs, you've encountered Amazons that fled the island during that time.
Fair. Who knows? The military might have been invited in for like a police action.
No, you would not have been.
I know.
Yeah. But ever since then, you know, the Amazons have basically been kind of shut off. Some exiles here and there in the world, but the island itself has been closed.
So I take it we're essentially dealing with a ruling class that is probably more Pol Pot than it is Republic.
Yes.
Okay.
I will pledge my entire organization to aid you in your quests here in the city. But I would like your help in making amends.
We seem to be actually fairly good at that.
Well, keep talking. We're interested so far.
You're muted.
To who and for what?
I am not altruistic by nature. Rescuing the Minotaurs has little to do with enslavement. They are thankful when they're freed. And Minotaurs make very good soldiers.
So you're looking to take an army back.
Yes. When Queen Thessalia and her sisters usurped the throne, the sisters were cursed by Lithuania as a reward for their treachery.
Yeah, that sounds like Lithuania.
Not all of the sisters remained loyal to Thessalia. Some showed regret. One of them, in fact, tried to lay claim to the throne, but that went very poorly for him. But that doesn't mean she doesn't want to make things right.
Of course.
So if you were to aid me in this, I would make the entirety of my organization available to you while you're here, Beatrice. I will, in fact, swear an oath of service to you for a year.
It's a dangerous thing to commit to in this city.
That's a dangerous thing to commit to, period. But
Anywhere, that's true.
the times.
Well,
So,
we all know the power of an oath, so that certainly would allow us to do this favor for you, and we will be successful. Sophia, do you have any thoughts?
so you are in favor of the old Queen of the Amazons?
The old queen is dead.
That changes nothing.
She was killed when my sisters and I rose up.
I was about to say she's just not in favor of her sister still ruling. Who would sit the throne then?
I was just gonna ask that. Who else is there for choice?
I do not know. I've been away from home for a very long time.
So they were cursed as you are?
Thessalia and her sisters were all cursed. I am the only one that regrets my actions.
Unlike her sisters who rule on the island to this day as in this form.
I'm sorry, this sort of thing isn't natural to me.
So you want to be able to help us, but if you help us, you want us to help usurp the throne that you originally killed somebody on for. Even though you feel forgiveness now.
She feels sorry.
I'm willing to help you if you're willing to help me.
Not exactly our first coup, guys. Although there would have to be a suitable Amazonian leader found.
You mean beyond the lady here?
Yes.
I have no desire to rule.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Right, or she would have said, help me take the throne, not just remove my sister.
Yes, but there's things you can talk around and there's things you can talk around.
Yeah, well. Also, I don't believe she would have offered a servitude if she meant to take a throne.
Could take more than a year to get there, who knows?
You would be surprised as well. Not every monarch, is their own person. Look at any monarch that swears to the Lord of the Storms.
I suppose we also didn't ask for a throne either. Not gonna lie, I can't exactly see myself as the ruling type.
So
You like being on top, but not that on top.
Something like that.
Well, we could make you event planner.
No.
Just picturing a character like Helena with a little like Bluetooth earpiece in, clipboard, just fluttering around, bouncing back and forth.
Well, we could also, make her minister of hedonic affairs.
I am the life of the party, not the party planner.
Better than the minister for chthonic affairs.
Mm.
So I'm sorry. We seem to have gotten a bit distracted.
I do that.
A bit. Every now and then.
It's that
So you would like us
chaos
to
point.
do... You would like us to do what again?
Specifically in plain English.
I would like your assistance in deposing my sister from the throne.
That's very general. That is not even remotely specific.
Do you want her dead? Do you want her alive? Do we need to kill somebody? Or is this just like a political thing?
I don't wish you to do anything. I wish you to assist me.
I wouldn't say that it was vague. I would have said that it's broad. There's quite a difference.
We know historically that the current change in government on the island is a tyranny. So really, it sounds like if we assist,
We would simply be freeing the people.
I would believe yes.
I am okay with that.
And frankly, it's potentially something we may have been looking at possibly assisting with when we were there anyway.
True.
Being, heroes and chaos monkeys. Or, sir,
Mostly just
chaos birds.
I will take that. That is my new moniker, Birds of Chaos. Instead of Birds of Prey, I'm Birds of Chaos.
Well, now that we got that figured out.
And how do you plan on removing your sister?
I am still working on that. As I said, the Minotaurs that I have freed, I have gotten safe haven, and some of them have agreed to assist.
Well, I think the biggest issue is that your sister is a bloodthirsty tyrant who would not balk at throwing your people en masse to their deaths to protect her throne.
I'm not gonna lie, we might not have to take out the whole island if we can get them to turn against their tyrant.
It's a possibility.
I am all for rallying the people to go against their evil queen.
So
Yes, I agree.
I'm indifferent. A tyrant is a tyrant.
So 2 votes for yay, 1 vote for eh.
Abstain. Abstain.
Eh.
Well, ultimately, it'll come down to Sofia, who seems to be somewhat of our moral compass.
Oh
Yeah,
dear.
because it's not me.
Well, I will say objectively, as the person who has the most direct connection to those that tend to laugh at certain circumstances, it does tend to fall upon us that no matter what we plan to do, we have to go and be heroic everywhere that we have to go and look into things.
Yes.
It does. And I am very much in favor of freeing the Minotaurs from their current plight.
And possibly the Amazons.
And possibly the Amazons, although I don't... They overthrew the queen they had. I assume it wasn't, 3 people who managed that. There must have been quite a force involved.
Lithuania rewarded them for their treachery, so it wasn't on the up and up. But it was quite entertaining, no doubt.
Also, there are questions and clues about my family in that island.
I do
Oh.
agree we should visit it.
Oh, we're definitely going.
It's just a matter of what we're doing when we get there.
And we may find our hands tied regardless of the deal made here or not.
To Rathius' point, might as well have an army behind us if we go to visit.
Yes, speak softly and carry a big stick.
Yep.
I don't know how to speak softly. I only speak loudly.
Well, maybe we can work on that as we travel.
Then
Develop that in case you need it.
Then you get a little stick.
Is that how that works?
Is that why I only carry a dagger?
Interesting.
Probably yes.
So how long ago did this
Uprising?
coup happen?
13 years.
And how did it happen? I assume not with pretty words, but with quite a bit of blood involved.
Violence and bloodshed.
Violence and bloodshed. And so your and your sister's armies, I assume, took up against the queen and her armies.
It was not a battle. If it was a battle, it would not have been treacherous. We were Amazons.
And Lithuania would not have enjoyed it.
We and our followers slaughtered our sisters in the middle of the night.
Political backstabbing and literal backstabbing.
Literal backstabbing.
A2 Brutus.
Who's Brutus?
Wrong
cousin.
time zone.
You know, Brutus, that's a really neat name.
And how would we get to your homeland?
I have there's a ship's captain. He knows of a route to one of the islands, and from there we should be able to stage an attack.
It's probably because
And-
we're gotta go get the boat. Isn't that something?
We do have There is something about a boat.
Yeah, wasn't it Ultros? Ultros, yeah, the Ultros.
I've heard of the Ultros. It's myth, legend.
So are we.
Hey, now we're still alive. We're neither myth nor legend.
Not yet.
We
Yeah,
have
we're-
seen a lot of things that were supposed to be myths and legends.
Yeah,
And
we're kind of
killed
more like a '90s boy band. Anyway,
It's a myth until we discover it and sail with it again.
That is.
However,
very
when we
true.
find it, you could probably take a ride.
Should this not pan out, Captain Varkon at the Satyr's Tail is he runs mercenaries or merchandise, and she again gestures at the statues.
What does he look like?
He's a fairly burly, gray-skinned individual with tusks. I believe he came with or he's descended from the folks that came many years ago.
I'm wondering if that's the guy whose drink I got spilled.
No, he sounds like someone that would have done more than just tell you to repay him.
Varkon is not big on social niceties, but he does know the route to the Isle of the Dragons.
Okay.
Well, and Sophia will look over at Deacon. We can certainly go and look for information about your family.
fair. But so far in this favor offer, there does not seem to be a timetable. So we can do the things we need to do here with the behest of her organizational skills. And then, after that, after we've set that to right, as you say, bring in an army. You might need more recruits.
Come on, Sophia, I do so enjoy a coup.
I can't say that I do, but I've never embarked on one before. And I'm not sure that it would be a coup anyway, since none of us are Amazon.
True, but you and I are female, so I think it counts.
Does it?
We'll
Does
be
it really?
support. We'll just be
I don't think that's how that works.
I don't think it is either. That doesn't seem at all like how that should work. I mean,
I don't know. How
granted,
does that work?
It's not something they would really have taught us in a temple, but it seems a
Remember.
bit off.
Remember, we'll just be here to assist and help.
Assisting and helping is something that we do quite well.
Yes.
Yes.
Leading an army, not so much.
Right, but if a leader with an army has certain help and guidance, and they can achieve their goals, then that's how we assist and help.
And who knows, we might not need the army. We might just need a big ball of chaos.
Well,
Yes, we'll mail them to you in a
available.
box.
Or a statue.
Sometimes I wonder why I find her so attractive.
That is a question for the ages and not one that we can help you with.
So, since it seems to be that we've decided to go ahead and assist you with this endeavor, how can you assist us with Lutheria and the Minotaurs?
What do you require?
Something sufficiently troubling that we can get Lutheria's agents in the city
Arrested.
properly charged. There's got to be at least one law that they break.
There are several.
At this point in time, I suspect it might actually be easier to just simply figure out a list of potential targets on both sides of the equation, be it the Lutherian problem or the Minotaur problem, and then start removing those problems.
Like pieces on a board.
Maximus is one. We've already heard his name.
Yes.
Maximus is the primary slave trader.
Well, that sounds like a great place to start. I never met a slaver that didn't have a head that looks good on a pike.
So, who does he sell these slaves to?
Primarily to the arena, primarily to the Order of Sidon. They have this ritual where they ritually battle a Minotaur to prove their worth. Commander Gaius heads that, but removing Gaius would be problematic.
He really
Why?
doesn't like us, though.
Because he's dumb, but he's not as bad as some of his subordinates.
Was Gaius the one?
Yes.
On the rock.
Oh,
Because he's dumb and
he's-
able to be worked around.
so sad to see his head rolling along the ground.
Gaius plays dumb. Do not let that fool you. He is
Excellent.
the head priest for the Temple of Sidon.
Well, that's good. I was going to be incredibly disappointed.
And how much typically do they go for?
One sec.
But I mean, he at least keeps his underlings engaged in trying to undermine him to take his position as well. So
Minotaurs are usually between 100 and 250 staters apiece. So between 100 to 250 gold each.
I could fetch you people a pretty penny.
we're not going to sell you.
Bait.
We could use her as bait, though.
All right.
But she stands out though.
I know.
No
I'm a
offense.
big
She
for a
stands out
hook.
as a big white bull, which is going to make even more money.
But
I
But there's only so many big white bulls.
I'm dressed in something else. I will not attract nearly as much attention.
Yes.
But it's a big white bull that can cast healing spells.
Yeah, you might not want to
Among
let up
other
on that one.
things.
Spellcasting can be problematic in a slave.
Well, just think of all the
Yes.
syphilis you can cure.
All the what?
Or
We just have to parade her around long enough to get him away from everybody so we can killbox him.
so, Maximus, back to Lutheria. What
Yes.
dirt on her?
Lotharia is more tricky. Brother and sister that run the temple. I would check their basement.
At this point in time, I would
What's in their
suggest
basement?
that we concentrate on one thing at a time.
I'm just deciding which to concentrate on first. What's in their basement?
People tend to keep things in their basement that they would rather other people didn't have or know about. That is the liberty of what I can say.
I see.
If you fail, I still need to do business in the city.
Although I suspect the Maximus question is probably the best place to start. The Minotaur trade is, well, it's fairly open, and it's pretty much, I think, going to be easier to figure out and to try to eat up a food chain to where it goes from.
Okay. So I think what we have enough to at least lead on this.
Absolutely. It's just like, unraveling a knot. You just keep pulling threads till one of them falls out.
The biggest thing is just making sure that we don't do it in a way that would run us into appearing before the court and being forced to swear an oath ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
The courts do benefit quite soundly from the trade as well.
The king
Oh,
might
yes,
end up being another problem then.
Well, it is intertwined within this entire society. It's a hard battle, but you free what you need to free, and, hey, like I said, more army, right?
Sophia, ready to go cause some chaos?
Before we start causing chaos, I have someone I need to meet, and we should all get some sleep.
Yes, that's a good idea.
I don't know what you're talking about. I can't push my spleen to the other side of my body with one hand.
What?
That's something we should definitely look at, because that's not healthy.
Healthy,
That is
smelthy. Yeah.
absolutely not healthy. I don't
That
care
was-
what species you are, that is not healthy.
I thought it was all part of the mortal experience.
I'm all for food and bed.
I am shocked. Absolutely shocked.
I'm not. Why are you shocked?
That was sarcasm, dear. Sarcasm.
I need you to take me to
Your leader.
Yes, I can do that.
No, to a certain tavern.
Yes, I can do that.
It's not a tavern.
Thank you for your time, Lady of Coins.
You're welcome. Should you require anything, you can leave a message for me at the Satyr's Tail.
Okay.
With a certain satyr?
Yes.
All right. We're acquainted.
I promise not to start fights in his bar anymore.
Well, that's good, because we might have the premises denied to us if you do.
I
Oh,
only did it so you could get out of the bar without being seen.
I don't think they were caring.
in the unfortunate event that we happen to run into, and I look over towards the statues, do you have any more of that ointment available?
I do, as a show of good faith, and she'll hand you 2 vials.
Sticking them in my bag.
I could have swore we had some of that made before.
No, I think we got distracted. We have all the materials in someone's bags.
We got distracted? What? I'm shocked.
Never.
Probably something to do with the slave trade or smut or something.
Listen, not everything is my fault, okay?
Probably got teased along and told that we were great heroes and that we needed to rush off somewhere that we didn't want to go to.
That might have been, yeah.
And then
sounds
turned out
familiar.
we didn't have enough coin in our purse, so we were turned on our rears and not allowed to stay in the brothel any longer.
When have
Listen,
we ever
you.
had enough coin?
I'm listening.
Be
Things
nice.
like that.
Remember the good
I
old
am
days?
nice.
Be nice.
Which
Remember-
days?
Do you remember the good old days of slaying the boar?
You mean when things were
Vaguely.
simple?
Things are so much easier then.
They
Then I
were.
honestly did not need coin. I
But now we're in an era whereby people seem to rely on us now. And as a result, we're asked to do more and more complicated things.
Apparently the nature of being a hero.
complicated isn't the issue. Expensive is the issue.
Yeah, being a hero needs to pay better.
Are you
Really
short on
cool.
funds?
No,
Usually.
we're really,
Consistently.
we are not that bad off.
We're terribly
Not
bad off.
compared to most people in the
Consistently
city, I'm
short on
sure.
funds.
We can't live in luxury in a capital, but we're okay otherwise.
No, we're not.
We
Don't worry about it.
We absolutely cannot live here.
We are terribly low on funds.
So she
When
won't.
we were at the market,
No,
was
just,
anyone able to afford anything they saw?
Nope.
No.
yes.
Really? What were you looking at?
I whisper into Sophia's ear. I've been keeping everything that the party has found. We have well over 30 gold.
Nothing I saw was that little.
Yeah, maybe. Depends on the criteria, but that's not a money we can easily use. It's definitely keeping us going.
There are things I can do with components that we simply can't afford. And won't be able to afford anytime soon.
Unless we
enough.
come across them in a treasure trove.
I understand only in the way a soldier can understand. So I really don't know about magic. So I don't know how much things for you would cost.
I
Depends on the spell.
it's rarely something that I was able to take part in, even in carrying items. But there are things that need powdered silver, or that need
Well, powdered drachma is easy to come by.
ruby dust, or that need platinum rings, or
Okay. But as far as day-to-day running, we're fine. It's
day-to-day
not
running.
really-
We're fine.
Yes, we don't need the survival money. But I mean, if
No.
we need to tipple over something more and fill our bags with all the coins we can handle so you can have your your spell components, then I guess that's what we're going to have to try to do along this journey.
So she will reach over and she grabs like a little pouch. off her nightstand. And she just kind of like very absently tosses it to Agri.
Agri just bows and puts it in his sack. Doesn't even look in it. I'll wait to look outside.
I am the Lady of Coins after all.
Something about
Thank
gift
you.
horses.
Thank you.
Gift horses?
Really, Helena?
Oh, come on. That was a good joke.
All right, let's get your one girl comedy show out of here.
And Agri, when she tosses it to you, there's some weight to that sack.
Excellent. Agri will take it and
More
look.
like gold instead of silver.
Agri will count it once he gets outside.
It's like, consider this a gift for our continued alliance.
Existence.
Whoa!
I would like to say more of an investment to our success.
Very well put.
Pleasure doing business.
Aw, she likes us.
Well, she likes what we can do for her.
Well, she likes some of us.
It's
I was
the
gonna
same
say,
thing, isn't it?
She likes that at the worst case scenario, she can turn you to stone and send you to a friend of hers.
At that point, I click the little vial together and say, "That's why I got this."
So,
In
Assuming
all
we're on our way
honesty,
out.
that's not the worst thing that could happen to me. So,
Probably. We could make you fly all the way to the island.
Oh,
could,
tie
but I would
a rope to
very
her?
tired. I'm
how
not
much
strong enough to
food
carry
do
you
have
all.
to eat to do that?
Yeah,
We
we'll just
can't
get the
afford
boat.
that either.
Yeah, we'll just get the boat and we'll fly her like a kite.
So at this point, Chris, I'm assuming we're outside of this.
Yep.
All right, I start counting coin.
So,
Okay.
Deacon, with the proper components, I would be able to petition the gods to bring you back from the dead. Which is why coin is a little more important to me now than it used to be.
No, it's fair enough, but with that promise of revitalization, it doesn't necessarily make someone want to hone their skills to live.
Anyone can be overrun.
Oh, trust me, I am well aware of that. But yes, I had no idea that you required an amount of coin well beyond what we have for daily living in order to make your magic happen.
That's fair. But I would like to think that you're worth more than just a handful of gold. And fortunately or unfortunately, the gods think so too.
Well, as I say, my whole reason to be on this quest is to find out what happened to my family. And yes, I need to be alive to do that.
Yes, it would certainly make it easier.
And it's really hard, especially when the dice are trying to kill us.
It's true.
Well,
Definitely
Deacon,
not on our side.
well, Deacon, we should be able to find out what happened to your family. As
I'm
long as I
excited.
exist, and get you back to them, I do hope.
I thank you, because that is what we need. So I would suggest in the future, whenever there is a potential for a target that has monetary gain for us to allow this to happen, that we take that target.
Theria's been loading our dice.
I've been trying to say this all along. Nobody's listening to me.
I hear the wind blowing somewhere nearby.
In the meantime, there, Agri.
Yep.
There's weird squawking.
There's a small handful of coins made out of platinum.
Oof.
There are 55 of those.
Holy crap.
How fast I can make those disappear.
So basically about what, 550 gold?
Yes, there's 10 gold to a platinum.
Okay.
There is 450 stater minted in Mitros, so 450 gold.
Don't get thieved.
And the bulk of the coinage is drachma. It takes you a while to count these, but there are 3,400.
So can somebody put in the Discord how much we have right now?
We have a shit ton of money.
I just
Yes.
put it in.
So yeah, just Agri just has to increase his container totals for the coin.
But yes, having made an arrangement with the head of the Thieves Guild here in Mitros for assistance on anything that you may wish to do in the city, and getting a fairly sizable payout, we will call the game there for this evening.
Can I
Cool.
divide this up? Because currently, otherwise, I got encumbrance starting next game.
Gee, it's a real pity that we have encumbrance due to having too much money. Let me
Yeah.
make that disappear for you.
Wait.
So we're
You're
definitely
telling us
going
our
back to
pack
that
horse has
brothel next
encumbrance?
game.
Sorry?
Our pack horse has encumbrance?
Yes, the pack horse has encumbrance.
Oh, that's bad.
Just for that, I totally won't share your part.
Well,
That's fine. If you give me my share, I'll probably be encumbered.
it's okay. I know I have about 170 pounds worth of space left.
There you go.
I don't know what I can carry, but it's probably a fair amount.
It's
Even
3,400 silver that's killing me.
Yes.
That is a lot.
Do you actually want to put people through a shopping episode, or?
No, I will. I'm going to assume that basically the rest of today you guys can go shopping for components, or if you want to get any gear. If you want to get any magical items, though, that we will actually do in game.
Well, that and the fact that it would completely deplete our coffers unless we
Really,
did something really basic.
yeah,
I agree.
It depends on what you want to buy.
Yeah,
I'll take
I'm.
I'll take the 3,400 silver off you.
I was just going to ask, Chris, can we vaguely hand wave that we go turn this in?
Yeah. You don't have to worry about that. Just worry about once everybody is done shopping, worry about how much coin you have left at the end.
Okay, it's 268 gold pieces per player.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna go absolutely nowhere.
Welcome to being a caster.
That's gonna be gone so fast.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm living the good life here.
I don't know what I need. I don't think I need anything for components, do I?
No, the ones that have pricey components are usually your things like
Ray's dead.
Revivify, Greater Restoration.
Remove
I can't
powerful
afford.
curse thing.
I still can't afford Revivify, even if I just add all the cash that I have to the cash I just got. I still don't have enough for Revivify.
Yeah, Revivify is like 300 gold.
Yes, it is.
Can you cast that?
I can if I have enough diamond dust, or sorry, diamonds, because I need 300 gold worth of diamonds, which I cannot afford.
I have no idea like where we are for that because
Yeah.
I haven't seen the inside of a book, so I didn't know if you could cast that spell or not at your level.
Yeah. Yep. Just got it actually. Clairvoyance is 100 gold. Insight Greed is a gem worth at least 50 gold. Magic Circle is 100 gold.
Wow, it
What else
sounds
was
like
crazy silly?
you have enough.
Are they
gold.
focuses or component?
Components.
Then they're burned when they're cast too.
Exactly.
Ouch.
Yeah.
It sounds like we have enough gold to be able to buy you a few of those.
Just
Not all those spells are good though.
just
Yeah.
so everybody is clear on how it works, the spell will say whether the item is consumed upon use or not.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So
I know.
I'm used to one being listed as
I have-
focus if it's not.
I have that in my list. Like for clairvoyance, it requires 100 gold focus, like either a jeweled horn or a glass eye. The Glyph of Warding, on the other hand, needs incense and powdered diamond, and those are consumed. So, Revivify are consumed. The diamonds.
Right.
So,
but
yes,
Justin,
some are
platinum-
consumed, some are not.
Right, but
Okay, I
Justin-
see where the components are. I couldn't find the components before, but I see where they are. But my
The
stuff's all
big
like
old C.
a pinch of soot or tarts or
Most of mine are too,
stupid stuff.
but the big things are absolutely not.
Well, that's because you're changing the fate of the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Or they just say vocal and somatic, so I just like wave my hands in the air and say a word.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sing a
but
song.
the thing is, we got 550 gold just in the platinum alone.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't be a problem.
Well, divided by how many of us are there?
So divided by 5, that's why I said 268.
Well, how much gold were you bequeathed in the pack?
Total was 1,340 gold.
Okay, that's a lot of gold.
Yep.
There's no reason why we can't spend the money as a unit for the people who need the money to make the spells happen. I know I would like to be revived from the dead if I get killed.
Yes, however, some of us don't have that same guarantee of it actually working regardless. You know, there's doomed people and people that have made deals with the fates that might not be able to be revived.
So then we'll just, pay you off at a couple hundred gold and be done with it?
I accept money for risk. I mean, I've
That's
been
generally the
accepting
life
a
of
lot
an
of risk for
adventurer.
a lot of risks, a lot less money for a lot of risk so far.
The life of an adventurer is accepting money for risk. Or at least hoping for money for risk.
Is this what it means when you mortals say existence is pain?
Ah,
You look over, Rathius' arm is dislocated and his fingers are missing.
Probably yes.
All right, folks.
So,
Alright.
Chris, anything that we want to purchase, we just message you about?
Yeah, unless it's a magic item, you can buy it at book prices. Basically, the discount for being heroes counteracts the price increase for the games.
How about we just for individual bookkeeping at the moment, we just take what's divided there, and Anita put into our Discord chat what resources the
I'll
cleric
put a
wants.
shopping list.
Yeah,
I'll put a
so that
shopping list,
we
and
can chip in towards it.
whoever has the best charisma can talk to the game master.
Your haggling will only come into play when you're actually talking about magic items.
Yeah.
Not it.
So any mundane stuff that you want to buy, fine. Any components that you want to buy, also fine, because there's a magical academy here in Mitros. And if you want to buy basic healing potions, they're like 50 gold. You can do that as well.
And we should be having a drop from our Vulcan friend.
Yes, the stuff from Vulcan will be ready probably by the time you're done shopping. So next game.
Sweet.
Perfect. So yes, so we will call it there. You guys have some gold, got some XP, made an extremely powerful contact here in the city. And we will see everybody in 2 weeks.
Thanks,
See you
folks.
then.
Great.
Thanks, folks.
All right, have a
Good
good night,
night.
folks.
Have a good night.
See you.